Hey everyone, welcome to Random Sidecast, where we are fully aboard the hype train for Horizon Forbidden West, for at the time of this recording is only weeks away. And I am very excited about our next guest that we're having on here, somebody who I think is wildly underrated in the Horizon community, specializing in digital photography, custom cinematics, and overall just quality Horizon content. So please welcome Kirsty's Focus. Kirsty, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we want to make sure that we're getting all of our Horizon hype out.
Yeah, we need maximum hype before release.
Right, if it isn't at fever pitch already.
Yeah.
Before we launch into that, I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit on how you discovered Zero Dawn, because correct me if I'm wrong, relatively recently you kind of discovered the game, right?
Yeah, it was around March or February last year, or no, the year before in 2020. It's when I kind of got into streaming more regularly, and I was like, oh, I'm looking for some games to play, and I started with Dying Light. I played that to death. I played that game way too many times, and someone mentioned Horizon Zero Dawn. I'd never heard of it because I kind of took a break from gaming. I didn't really game when I was in school because of work and all that. So I was like,
how responsible of you.
Yeah. And someone said, oh, there's this game called Horizon Zero Dawn that I think you like. So I was like, okay, I'll go and check it out. And it turned out we already had it downstairs since release.
Awesome.
I didn't really know it was there. And I played the first 10 minutes. And the moment that baby Aloy changed into adult Aloy, I was like, I need to play the rest of it. And I'm playing the rest of it on stream. But I didn't know that I'd be doing what I'm doing today with Horizon. I thought I'd just play through it, that'd be the end of it, but here I am, still playing it to death, like Dying Light.
I feel that. I thought I played this game a lot. I thought I played this game like more than anybody probably should, but then I saw your year-end wrap-up. And I gotta say, Kirsty, you put me to shame because I think I've logged, in game probably around 300 hours, but you have over 700.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't tell you that's on one account. I have a kind of streaming one and then a private one, so I probably shouldn't tell you about that one. There's a few more hours on that one.
I feel like I'm slacking.
I got
the game in 2017. You're putting the work in. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. So, but then was digital photography something that you were interested in before, or was this just kind of a byproduct of the photo mode that Horizon has?
Yeah, it was Horizon was my first photo mode. Someone was like, I was running around and I was like, oh, this game is so pretty. I want all of it as my desktop pictures, and they're like, oh, there's actually this photo mode that you can use. And then I opened it. I have the moment that I discovered photo mode on stream because someone clipped it, which I think is really cool. And then I got addicted and I have too many photos of Zero Dawn and my folders are a mess because of just how many there are. I'm so bad with organizing them. I need to get better with Forbidden West.
Well, that I can't speak to organization at all. Every time I show my wife my desktop, she almost has a stroke. So, but beyond that, I don't want to talk about that. So let's flash forward. We're like weeks away from Forbidden West, which is insane to think about.
It's crazy.
And even though it's like you found Horizon like a year ago, that's still a long wait. I mean, between announcement trailer and now that we're,
I think I finished the first game when Forbidden West was announced. So I was kind of in the Horizon community, but not really. I was kind of floating around.
Fair enough. Well, you certainly made an impression now. As of this recording, we're almost at what, 3K?
That's mad. I didn't think I would get there with what I'm doing. It's crazy.
Well, hopefully this'll help. We got a lot of people who like Horizon here at the channel, and I think that the more people who are creating content for this great game, I just think that's the best. And how did you get approached? So for those of you who don't know, could you explain a little bit about Project Gaia?
Project Gaia was a fan book created by Tarek, or Chaos Snake on Twitter. He did a similar one for, I think it was Death Stranding. and he wanted to do something for Horizon. So it has cosplayers, virtual photographers, artists from all around the world who have come together to celebrate their passions and love for the franchise, and tell people a little bit about what they love about it. And just a thank you to Gorilla for giving us this incredible franchise that we can kind of lose ourselves in for hours.
And so how did you get approached for that? And then now that I saw that you got the book, how does everything look?
It looks amazing. I've shown it a few times on stream, and I posted a few pictures, and it's so cool to have a book that you can physically have that has so much love and passion from Tarek, who's put it all together. He worked so hard. I worked a lot behind the scenes with him, with doing videos and promotions for him, and to see his baby essentially come to life, it was so cool to see it. But yeah, he approached me because of my virtual photography, and yeah, I was quite shocked because I was still kind of just easing my way into the community then, and
right.
it was nice.
And being in the community, like you said, you've been a participant for a while, but as like a content creator, how has that like been treating you? I know, especially like in the beginning, when you're first streaming and doing things, and maybe like you put your heart and soul into these projects that maybe like 15 people watch or like 10 people watch it, and getting over that hump, it's no small feat. So how's that been?
Yeah, no, I mean, this community is it's like no other. I've never met such just genuinely nice people. It's crazy. I mean, I was kind of lucky because I had a sort of base with Twitch streaming. I did story games, I did some multiplayer games, so I had a kind of a base, but not everyone was into Horizon. I think it was my reaction to the gameplay that kind of brought a lot of people in.
Yeah, that's how I first found out about you.
It was throughout the whole 26 minutes I was just sat there going, oh my. So it's kind of become a joke now that all I say is oh my. Because I get very, very overwhelmed very easily. But it's genuinely been crazy. I know a lot of people say, oh, I didn't expect to be where I am, but I genuinely didn't. Because what I'm doing is kind of very niche. Like, you either like virtual photography and stuff like that, or you don't, or some people just don't get it. They're like, why do you sit there for hours taking pictures in games? Like, there's some people that just don't. So the community support has been crazy on Twitter as well, everywhere really.
Yeah. So, and I noticed you're also doing like cinematics around like audio data points and things like that. So how has that been different, and how are you enjoying that and the feedback from that?
Oh, I love doing them. I think the data points are like quite easily missed by a lot of people.
I agree.
especially the text ones, at least. But I thought it'd just be a fun way to kind of, rather than just either waiting as Aloy, listening to them, or reading them in the menu, I thought it'd be kind of cool to showcase the area that you can find them in, and kind of just shine a bit more light on them, because so much work goes in kind of outside the main story and the main quest. It gets overlooked, so I just want to shine a little bit more light onto them. And the feedback from them was amazing. It kind of shocked me a little bit how much people like them. But yeah, I hope Forbidden West has them again, so I can continue.
Oh, if they don't, I think I am straight up out of luck. But I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to get a lot of data points and things like that. So that brings me to my next question for you. So as great as Horizon's photo mode is, what are you hoping is changed or kept in Forbidden West? Because I think if I remember correctly, like their photo mode was something that they really didn't expect to take off nearly as much as it has. But now that they know, I'm sure that they've gone into some tweaks and things to make it better. So
yeah, I mean, some people on Twitter have said, oh, it'd be cool if we could have this. And, you've had the community managers doing the eyeballs. So, they have I feel they're going to listen to the community with stuff they're going to add. I personally think the photo mode in Zero Dawn is great. Especially for beginners, it's not too complex. You can kind of teach yourself all of the settings. My biggest wish for photo mode is the dynamic scenes, like in Ghost of Tsushima, where you can
wholeheartedly agree with you. Yeah.
if that's not in it, I'm gonna be quite sad.
Yeah.
That's like my number one. And maybe like the spotlights that you can get in Spider-Man, you can do your own custom lighting, you know, place them where you want, set the brightness, the color, you know, they'd be cool. But for me, that's not, I kind of like messing around with the sun and seeing what you can create. But that's just me. I know a lot of people want the spotlights.
Right. Yeah. And it seems like that's really the best way to kind of get the light that you want or overexpose and things like that. And only like, I don't know, like 2 years into making videos did I'm like, oh, you can tilt the camera. Oh, I should try that every once in a while. Yeah. And for me, because even though I don't, I still take a lot of pictures, I do use photo mode a lot. I would hope that we can take them into settlements would be
yes, that's another one.
Yeah.
Meridian is so pretty. I want to take pictures of it.
Yeah, I feel like I just have to like shove myself in a corner and then force it into first person, and then the shot's ruined if some random NPC walks by you and it's like, would you like to talk to this Carja noble? And but now moving on towards Forbidden West. It's been a long wait. Yes, you're going to take pictures. Yes, we're going to make videos, but we're also going to play the game. So what are you most excited for? Kind of going into Forbidden West, whether it be gameplay or story, lore, what's the thing that is really keeping you on the edge of your seat? Yeah, that's why I'm throwing it to you first.
Yeah, what am I not excited for? Firstly, the whole build up to Forbidden West has been great. I think it's been a nice level of content. I think, we had the gameplay which tied us over for a little bit. And then December, they went crazy with all the like machines and all the new stuff. And this month, they've just packed everything into like 2 weeks. They give us a story trailer and going gold.
Yeah.
In like 2 weeks. For me, gameplay, I'm really excited to see how they've improved on what we already know and love. But the story, I have a lot of questions. We all have a lot of questions that we need.
Oh, yes.
Need answers to. The tribes as well. I'm really interested in learning more about the Tanakh, obviously, and Regala looks so cool. I can't wait to meet her, but I'm also terrified.
Right. That sword looks gnarly.
And also just, Aloy not doing this alone with Erend and Val. I'm really excited to see how those two characters grow. And just spending more time with them. I've heard a few people say, we do this quest with someone and then that's kind of it. But I'm excited to see in Forbidden West how they kind of branch out more and we learn more about that character and they're not just this character we went to kill a machine with.
Yeah, you brought up Ghost of Tsushima, and I thought that was probably one of the like strong suits of that game, that you only really deal with maybe like 4 NPCs, but you go through like the whole game with them. And by the end, you're right, you really care about them and you feel for them. And so, there's a couple things that I hope that Horizon steals from that game, because that's like that's probably the game that I probably sit down and play the most, because I'm a big fan of Legends. So I do play that one. But the moving photo mode, if you make a game that pretty, you should let us enjoy all of it.
We need all the controls.
Right. Oh man. So as far as like that story trailer, which I talked a little bit about it to Jor, because we were it was one of those things where we got so much in so little time, and then at the very end they just like drop a house on you. So what do you think is happening? I've had my tinfoil hat on for probably like 5 years. So between these and the Gaia casts, what are your predictions? What do you think Aloy is facing out there?
I'm not that knowledgeable in the lore like you are. Like I still have gaps missing. When we were talking about it during my stream, the Odyssey and Var Silver were the main two that we all thought at the end, which we were all kind of shocked by when we saw that. We're like, hello, who are you? Is she good or bad? Are we going to end up working with her? Is she going to be another Silence type character where we don't want to work with her but we have to? There was so much in that trailer. There was so much to take in. I missed so much on my first watch through of it. I had to watch it a few more times to get everything. I completely missed the new flying machine. I'm not really sure how I did that.
Well, it's only on there for like a second, so I don't blame you.
I know. But you know, also Alva looks really interesting as well. You know, she obviously has the kind of fancy focus. That I'm really excited to know more about their tribe.
Yeah.
But you know, there was a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it's so funny. You know, you see Gaia and you think like, oh my gosh, this is the big reveal, and it's like, no,
I didn't think it was Gaia. I was like, wait, are they tricking us? Is this not actually Gaia? And then once I realized it was Gaia, we then got hit with Tilda, and I was like, oh wait, who's this now?
yeah, that's yeah, and I got my own thoughts a little bit about all that stuff, but yeah, it's I think everything is about to change. I think that
there's a lot that's gonna
the world is different, and but so we got like different skill trees and things like that now that you know, hopefully we'll be getting more into, and we'll get more information about that. What is your favorite aspect of Horizon gameplay that you hope that they keep, opposed to maybe something that you felt was lacking that you're looking forward to seeing the adjustment and changes? Because it seems like, according to all reports and things, they've really listened and adjusted and adapted those things to make them better for the sequel.
That's a tricky question. Obviously the melee was one that everyone wanted improved, which it looks like it has drastically. Looks like they've completely, you know, revamped it, and I'm excited for that. Keeping the same. I'm not sure. This one stumped me.
Whoops.
Maybe they're like loading up of the 3 hours at once, because I have a bad habit of doing that, and if that's not back, I'm gonna have a problem.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, it's.
But yeah, no, I'm not sure. It's a good question.
Yeah, it's for me. It's very much like, you know, we were talking a little bit about it. It's like you want a sense of familiarity when you walk in there.
Yeah, like it's like nostalgic when you're like, oh, I remember when she did that.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people talking about the rappel animation looking the same.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, oh, it's like a bit of Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, you know.
Right. You want a sequel. You don't want a whole new game.
Yeah,
so
no.
yeah.
Otherwise it wouldn't be the sequel, you know.
No, I completely understand.
It'd be a completely different game.
So you do plan on doing a live stream, like the first playthrough, or are you going to play through it yourself and then come back?
I'm going to do a let's play. So record my gameplay, record me, then upload it, and then once I've finished that, I'm going to live stream either a New Game Plus if that's out, or some side content that I didn't get around to doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. We're so close.
I don't do let's plays often, but I have to say, I think the favorite let's play I did, because everybody was like, we're going to play ultra hard, we're going to do this. I'm like, we're going to do New Game Plus on story. And
that's
it was
best
like
way to play it.
It was the most relaxing, like just walk in the park. Like it was, I could like answer questions. And so yeah, I probably will go through and play the game on normal or whatever difficulty that is. But yeah, I might just take a quick jaunt through the world on story mode, and then find, I'm sure, the litany of things that I'll need to in order to get the full story.
You'll have your notebook out and jotting down all your findings.
Yeah, this book right here is well loved and well beat up. It's got like scratches on it, and it's just, and I pre-ordered the new one. So I'm sure that one's going to get a lot of love as well. Cause yeah, this poor girl is, it's
on her last legs.
Yeah, needs to go into retirement a little bit. But so what kind of inspired you to start streaming in the first place? Cause I know, you know, people kind of get into streaming and then, but also, you know, streaming is not the only thing you do, and content creation outside of just like live stuff is different. So which one, is there one you enjoy more, or is it just different? What do you think?
I'd say it's mainly just different. I'd say YouTube a little bit more, because I can be a bit more creative on YouTube. But with a live stream, you're kind of limited with what you can do. You can still do fun stuff, but not kind of what I like to do, which is, you know, photo mode and cinematics. I got into streaming because I wanted to find people that liked gaming and, you know, went to an all-girls school, so there wasn't much gaming going on. So I was like, oh, let's just try streaming. I think I started streaming Dying Light. Let's see what happens. And here I am nearly 3 years later, still doing the old streaming stuff. I started streaming to YouTube. I think it was July last year, because I just wanted to keep playing through Horizon, but Twitch wasn't really the place to do that at the time. So let's try streaming to YouTube, and that went way better than I thought as well. So now that's a regular thing.
Yeah, I wish I knew more about Twitch, but this has definitely been my home to throw stuff up there and see what it's like. And as from the beginning of when you started YouTube to now, because it's, I mean, you got people who are hopping in the chat with you and communicating, and I think you got an admin. TJ, is that your admin? Right on. Yeah. Shout out to TJ. Always says hi when I at him, not in an aggressive way, but yeah, not at him, but or them. Yeah. So from the beginnings to now, what has been the most surprising?
Most surprising. Probably my community discussion stream. So every time there's been like a trailer or a blog post, we spend a few hours discussing it, and we all, throwing around ideas and thinking what we're all thinking. I didn't think they'd be as successful as they have been. And they're probably kind of my favorite streams to do as well. It's everyone just gets so excited, and the vibe is it's so cool. And probably when Gorilla came into my stream once, I was quite like, oh hi. Like on the outside, I was like, oh yeah, hi Gorilla. But on the inside, I was like, Gorilla in my chat.
Yeah, that's how it goes. You're like, play it cool. Been here before. Yep. No, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm always because you've seen some of the live streams that I've done. It's very much like what it looks like right now. It's me in front of a computer. It's which should be like the most boring and mundane thing ever. Yet, people are just so passionate about, this IP and the game, and kind of where it's going. Speaking of which, have you dipped your toe into the VR world at all?
I have, yeah. There's been some games I haven't been able to play just because I get quite motion sick, but I'm hoping with this one, I'll be fine and I can walk around, the world of Horizon, which is going to be insane to see a tall neck. That's all I care about at the minute. Seeing a tall neck. I also like how we're going to be seeing another character. Yeah, like how we're drifting away from Aloy. Like I'm open to that. I know a lot of people are kind of skeptical about it, but I think it could be good.
Well, I'm on the same page as you are. I think that this is a unique opportunity outside of the main game where you're not Aloy, because Aloy has this unique ability to, thanks to who she is, like go anywhere she really wants, basically, and have doors open for her, and she has all this knowledge. And if you take all that away and you're just like some person from the 31st century, it's like it's a whole different play experience, which I am looking forward to. I'm sure just from like a UI standpoint, we'll probably get a focus just to make the game work. But yeah, I am optimistic about it. I'll probably have to wear contacts because I don't think these things are going to fit under a PSVR 2. But that notwithstanding, I'm very, very excited. People have been asking me to make a video, and I don't know what to tell them though, Kirsty, because it's like 30 seconds of footage. It's
not that long, no.
Yeah.
You see a tall neck's foot, then you need to get stomped on.
I'm entertaining just making things up and being like, in the top hand corner, this points to that. But yeah, it's I am very excited about that one. And overall, just the whole franchise seems to be headed in a really positive place between,
especially when they said this is just the beginning. It makes me excited. Fingers crossed for like a enduring victory multiplayer. I'm like, I really want that.
I would that, and I think I've also heard a want for a Rost DLC would be really, really entertaining. And so that'd like in cool. do you think that we will ever get in some manner or form a Horizon multiplayer?
I really hope so. Just because I think it's another way to bring the community together.
I agree.
But yeah, I have my fingers crossed for some sort of Horizon multiplayer, whether it's Hunting Machines or Enduring Victory or something with Rust, merge them together. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'd like something.
Yeah, I often, it's like, yeah, I really talk about that Legends with the Ghost of Tsushima all the time, because nobody expected it, and then it just happened, and then
it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was super awesome. So if we could get that kind of treatment, that'd be great. So as far as like games are concerned, though, have you ever played The Witcher 3?
I haven't. No, there's a lot of games I haven't.
That's
played.
Okay. That's okay. Because what I'm getting at here is that I'm sure there's a game in the game called Gwent, which when I've
done a little bit of research on it.
Yeah. So when I ended up beating the game, it just became, Witcher the Wild Gwent for me for a long time. But now it sounds like we're getting a kind of a treatment for Horizon. We're getting Machine Strike. So in games, is that something that you find interesting? Is that something that you'll spend time doing? Like me, like a crazy person who just needs to collect all the things and play all the stuff. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see how it works. Like I said, I haven't played The Witcher, so I'm not entirely sure what Gwent is, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing what it's all about. And if there's stuff to collect, I'm going to collect them.
So are you aiming to platinum this thing?
Yeah,
for sure.
Maybe not my first run through, but yeah, definitely platinum on the cards.
Oh man, yeah, it's apparently, from what the reports say, it's close to like 70 hours what they're expecting for. I mean, for you is a walk in the park. Let's be real, add
that's
10
just
times.
a week.
But so yeah, what are your goals in the future for the channel and streaming and photography? We all try to grow, but we got our midterm, long-term goals. So what would you like to see out of this journey for Kirsty's Focus?
Probably maybe hit 5k subs at some point. That would be pretty cool. VP, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing with it, and maybe I don't know, get asked by a company to take pictures of the game. I think that would be pretty cool. I am also looking to maybe becoming a community manager in the gaming industry, so we'll see where that goes as well, alongside making content. I want to just keep making content regardless of what I'm doing. But yeah, probably 5k subs maybe by the end of the year.
Yeah, I think you can make that happen. I think that can happen for sure. Yeah. Cool. And we'll try to make that happen here. This will that's one of the things where luckily the Horizon community is really supportive, and just once people find out about you, then things are like, oh yeah, that's always one of the comments that I'm always excited to hear, but also sad. It's like, how did it take me this long to find this? And it's like, well, you take the algorithm or whatever you want to blame it on, or YouTube gremlins or something. But yeah, I mean, I think that'll absolutely happen. That's one of the things that I just remember, being, at that stage, and that for me, that's like, you've already gotten past the hardest part where you're making videos for nobody. And then that's always
the grind is real.
But it looks like you have just a tremendous supportive community. I think that's just amazing. And yeah, I think those goals are very, very reasonable. Do you have a short list of companies that you'd like to be community manager for? You going after Annie's and Shanti's job over here?
Gorilla would be very nice, but any PlayStation studio, I think, to start off with would be pretty cool.
Yeah. And along with that, was there anything that you wanted to talk about before, we close things out? Or was there like, we're all kind of excited for different parts of the game?
I just wanted to say thanks, to be honest, like, especially like to you as well for your support you've shown me. Like when you first came into my chat, I was like, oh my God, the Lore Master's in my chat. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. But I just can't express enough this community and what they've done for me. I found Horizon in kind of a state of my life, and it really brought me out, kind of like Aloy. She started as an outcast, but now she has friends to go on this journey with, and I feel I've done the same. I started off as an outcast in school, and now I have friends or the community that I can talk to and get excited about games and machines about.
That's the wonderful thing about, for lack of a better term, you kind of find your tribe, it's and I'm really happy that you found that, because I think now more than ever, I think people need that inspiration from wherever they come from. And for my money, and it's interesting to try to talk about it to people who aren't involved in games or RPGs or things like that, just how impactful some of the stories that are being told right now are. And just and I think a lot of people sleep on this media for how impactful it can be, whether it be the actual gameplay, the story, the music. Like, that's one of the things.
The music is such a big part for me.
I mean,
ended up listening to the Promise of the West song 4K times last year. So I'd say I'd like it a little bit. But no, the music is such a massive thing for me. Every song at every part of the game just is perfect, really.
It's and hopefully maybe I'll reach out to Julie Elvin or somebody like that. Maybe we can get her on here, and
that would be pretty cool.
And then it's just like, well, I'm just gonna sit back and listen to you sing for a while, and then that'll be it. Cool, thanks for coming. And now
I would watch that on repeat.
I'm gonna go cry. It's like, I'm not crying. But thank you so much for coming on there, Kirsty. And my pleasure. It's one of those things where it's whenever I see somebody in the Horizon community who's doing good work and who is putting out really good content, more people should know about it. That's the bottom line, right? That's kind of the big thing. But thank you so much for coming on. We'll have to chat after the game comes out at some point when we actually know what's going on. But for anybody who doesn't know, kind of tell them where to find you.
You can find me on pretty much any social media platform. Obviously, Kirsty's Focus is my YouTube. You can find my main socials as Kirstals_. My virtual photography is all under Virtually Kirsty. I'm like everywhere.
It's like, you cannot not find me.
You need to have a lot of me. You can't just have one account.
I love it. Well, awesome. Like I said, thanks so much for coming on. We will chat very soon. Thank you for having me. Very good pleasure.
It was good fun.
And the fun will only continue because very soon we're all gonna be playing Forbidden West. But until next time, as always, thanks so much for watching. Keep questing, and we'll talk to you later, Kirsty.
Thanks. Bye.
And that brings our journey to an end. If you'd like to see more content like this, likes and shares are always appreciated, and if you're hungry for more Horizon lore, consider subscribing and checking out the rest of our lore library. Also, consider supporting the channel on Patreon so we can keep creating content just like this. Check out the link in the description. And as always, thanks for watching, and keep questing.